So this is Global Earth News. We know there's a big outbreak in China. There's a whole nother discussion about why it's happening. I guess they didn't give the vaccine to old people, so old people are dying now. So I want to click this real quick about the end game of China's zero COVID policy nightmare. So what's buried in this weird, they're building like the opposite of what happened in the United States. They're building hospitals ASAP. All the kind of positive things that, we can talk about. There's also negative stuff like, arresting you and taking you away from your family for 14 days. But there's also the positive of like building, because we can point at America too. Literally, cops can come in your house and shoot you in your sleep and get away with it. So, we can point fingers all day about who's the bad guy here. But I want to point out
not Tony Montana.
Yeah, exactly. The bad guys, So what's happening here? I want to really scroll down this article about, scroll down real quick to this thing that kind of gets lost, kind of this one sentence in this article, but everything else. So there's an app for that. So we're going to scroll down for app, the word app. So you see approval about it was about the vaccines and the access to vaccines. And so here we go. Pandemic restrictions have also allowed the state to tighten its control over the people in China. For security experts saying the virus has become a pretext for the government to accelerate mass surveillance and clamp down on freedom of speech. So China already had clamping down shit before COVID-19. You can say something bad and then you don't exist anymore. That was happening in China before COVID. So they didn't need COVID to like take your rights away. They were doing it before. So in February 2020, the government in Hangzhou introduced the mandatory Alipay health code. So Alibaba, which is like a company as big as fucking Google and Amazon, is helping them make an app called a health code app that tells people whether they should be quarantined or allowed into certain public places. The app, which appears to share information with the police, is now used across China and has become a normalized part of daily life. So this only focuses on kind of like the quarantine aspect, which kind of fearmongers quarantine allowed in certain spaces. I understand that, but this app goes even fucking deeper than that. It's not just like, you have COVID or not, you can't get on the subway or not. It goes even deeper than this. So this article kind of goes more about, the state policies and the vaccines. But what we are going to do for this, we're going to dig into this weird app.
I got to ask you this, though.
What's up?
Because, the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear pretext, right?
Yeah.
I think of the American government when I think of pretext. Like they need to like couch it in some kind of bullshit in order to get people to go along with it. Why would China have to go through all of that bullshit when they just clamp down on you because they want to?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's just Western talk in a lot of ways. It's kind of like our impression of what we think people, and people have always been fighting for freedom of speech in China before COVID. There's always been fighters of that before China. So, but I guess this is kind of like this Western perception. We try to force our perception, our beliefs on the people, what we think they're thinking, like us. A lot of times they don't, which is why Russia and China and India looks like they're about to fucking triple team us right now in a very scary way.
I doubt India. India is still an ally of the United States.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like about to be a triple. I mean, they get their food from Ukraine and Russia, so it's like,
we'll starve you out if you don't join our alliance.
So this article is from May 2020, and so it's kind of got lost in the sauce because COVID was crazy back then. No one gave a shit about what was going on in China. We were more worried about if I'm going to die in the United States, so we weren't really focused on that. So I kind of want to roll back so we can look at this. So it proposes a more expansive health code system. So, what do you mean more expansive health code system? Not this like for COVID. So I want to show you this picture right here. This picture has me. So instead of scoring users for a single color, green, yellow, or red, proposed health code will provide a sliding scale numerical score based on many more data points, including exercise, smoking, alcohol consumption, and sleeping habits. So if you sleep less than 4 hours, the cops are going to come and pick you up and make you sleep forever. That's what it seems like.
If you sleep for more than 4 hours, you're going to do the same thing because you're not working hard enough. How about that?
So, so this is like an example, a diagram. So like it says employee
78 is failing. Die.
So it's like right here, an employee exercise situation, average steps. So you be, oh my God, I gotta get my steps. Yo, I gotta get my steps when the cops come. Yo,
you hear the cops' boots. You start moving your boots.
Laughing is the darkest shit.
I mean, but we've seen this in science fiction, dystopian style science fiction before, and we were warned about this stuff, like a Black Mirror. There's a Black Mirror episode about your social score.
I mean, this would not work in the United States because of all the health problems we have. We'll all die. We'll all go to jail.
No, if you tell conservatives that Jesus said we need the system, boom, we have the system.
Like the employee sleep situation, average 5 hours, your score goes down 1.5. Oh my God. So I guess that rounds up your whole job. If your company score is 80, 70,
if they come and execute you and you stay asleep, your score goes way up. Like, so, damn, you've been sleeping for 3 million straight hours. You're the best in the country. You in the ground chilling.
You get the get 100%.
People like me. The government likes me now. 3 million hours in the ground.
This is crazy. So like we say, who gave you the right to access users' private data? The medical data is absolutely one's private business, and you actually want to take it and compare for what? In a preparation to discriminate against sick people?
I mean, it is in China. Like, what did you expect? Like, how dense can you be? You can't be that dense to live in the country under the regime that they have, as long as you have, and be surprised at that. There's no such thing as privacy in China. Like, what are you talking about? Not even in the United States, there's no privacy. What are you talking about?
So this is crazy to me. I want to highlight this situation here. So I guess I have a video for this. I think. No, I don't have a video for this. Who cares? So I mean, I think this picture is enough. This diagram from the actual website is just fucking enough.
So what's your score, Messiah?
I mean, I feel like any score you get, you're gonna be sweating bullets. Hopefully, you don't like if it's 99 enough. Am I gonna die if it's 98?
Cortisol is gonna flood your system because you're scared, and that's gonna bring your health score down, and then they're gonna kill you. I'm such an asshole. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm just an asshole.
You get dragged off. Help! Magic.
I feel good. I swear. I feel healthy.
The gym is going to be the scariest place you can be because everyone's going to be just like, oh my God, please, trainer, help me. Please, trainer, help me.
Yo. I mean, if you didn't want to go vegan before then, I don't know. I might have to consider it after that. Like, shit.
So, bars would go out of fucking business if it's fucking alcohol consumption. Oh my God. Jesus.
Can you imagine they dragged the Chinese president away because his score is too low?
Son. So that I really want to highlight this crazy ass story. I got another article that kind of shows even further this insanity that's happening. This article is another article from March 2020. I think a lot of this got lost in the sauce because we all were like just worried about our own problems. So we weren't really thinking about what the fuck was going on in China in some ways. But a lot of things were going on in China.
A lot of people don't trust the information that's coming out of China to begin with. So even if people really did care a lot, they don't really know what to believe.
Yeah, so now we're able to look back and kind of like see what is real, see what is not, and what is real is that they're developing a health code system, which is in works. There's actually a video of it. Some dude, I'll play a YouTube video of it, of a guy who it glitched out on him and he wasn't allowed at work because of it. So unfortunately, I have to play from YouTube. So I let this commercial play out about, because I work out a lot, I get like weird exercise apps and like equipment now for commercials.
Yeah, Messiah wants all y'all to know that he's taking his fitness game to another level.
That the algorithm is stalking me. So wait for this ad to. It's like a weird watch called Whoop. We'll skip that.
But caution remains high, and new tools are being used to
So this is
avoid a
from
second
April
wave of
2020.
infections. QR codes have now become the passports that allow Chinese people to move around. To get into a shop, one must show a green health code proving good health. This is obtained by scanning a mosaic through a mobile app. The green health code depends on a number of different factors, including travel history in the last 14 days. For the customers, the system is reassuring.
我觉得这个比较安全，让每个顾客能够感觉到整个城市的一个保障，然后让那些店里的员工也感觉到上海这个城市是很安全的一个城市。
But for those who obtain a red code and are in good health, no explanation is given.
I just have a feeling she didn't know that they're giving information to the cops. So I just want to probably disclaim that she probably didn't know.
Well, the thing is, their opinions aren't healthy to the government, so you get the red code.
Yeah, exactly. If you say something bad, you can get the red code, and you won't be talking anymore. Just be like, just be a puff of smoke.
For this man, who had no one to appeal to when he just
and then your health score goes down because smoking
to a different province.
因为我们这边写字楼就是需要登记嘛，还需要每天的一个测温，第一次需要出示这个随身码，它需要判断你是否正常健康，所以就是我当时是红色，就没有办法，不太合理吧，但是也是一种防疫的一种手段吧。
The precautionary measures.
Imagine this happening in America. You lose 3 days of work, and how cold-blooded this country is. You can fucking get evicted. You get dumped. You get, all kinds of shit.
And then you get called a socialist and a communist that's begging off the government just because you couldn't go to work for 3 days.
Yeah, fucking crazy.
Reinforcing the Chinese state's surveillance. After analyzing the code of one of these apps, this journalist found that once registered, the user's data was handed over to the police.
There's nothing on the app to tell you that the police are in any way involved. It says that this is a government service, but then it doesn't sort of specify beyond that. So it's pretty surprising to then see this beacon that's immediately going to police.
Has the pandemic become an opportunity for China to boost surveillance of its citizens? According to the authorities, these are just exceptional measures.
So too bad China's been doing exceptional measures for the past how many decades. So
what I find to be really interesting, because in South Korea they've had an explosion of Omicron cases now. Mm-hmm. And China's also claiming the same thing. So originally I thought that maybe they did everything that they could to stop it. They thought they stopped it. They thought that Omicron swept the world already. But since it had not really been in China, when it finally did get there, swept very quickly. You think there's a possibility that they're looking at some of the infection numbers and saying, well, we've got a lot of infections too, to implement that kind of system so that they can more effectively surveil its citizens? Or do you think that, they really are taking the Rona seriously, and it just so happens that is providing them the opportunity to more effectively surveil its people?
I think it's a second. I think it's a second response, because I think they are taking it seriously because it's about the economy. They care about the economy. It's like a state
but they
level.
Shut whole towns down.
Foxconn
I think was affected too.
Yeah, that shows they're trying to shut it down, but they are also using it. I want to put it past them to use it to be more effective surveillance tools. Why not? Because China already has the infrastructure to keep moving forward with it. So reported maybe they had the whole social credit score. That was before the pandemic. That didn't take no pandemic for them to make a social credit score. If you're too sad at work, fucking cops would come and pick you up. It's that was before COVID. So
and make you more sad.
So that shit was happening before the pandemic. So whatever excuse to gain more power, people are going to use it. But at the same time, they are building hospitals at neck-breaking speed. But the opposite is happening here. We have idiotic reasons here. People, they want to help nobody and just go back to work, fucking die, kill your grandmother at the same time, and get paid $7.25 an hour. So that's what's happening in the United States. So that's what I'm saying. We can point fingers all day, but you know, look how they treat black people here. You know, where are the Native Americans? Where are they? So
you can't even name your sports team after them anymore. They effectively disappeared from the collective consciousness of the country.
So that's a different conversation. That's a weird connection. That's because it was racist terms. You know, I mean, they named all of their military equipment after all the tribes that they wiped out. So, you know, so that's Black Power Magic Hour. Global Earth News. You can follow us on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all those platforms. Dr. Regina, he's talking shit on Twitch, Discord, YouTube, and that's hopefully you get your squats in because you know the cops are coming.